But let's go ahead and drop the volume down a little bit. All right. So chat, we're going to go ahead and get into the first segment of today's stream, right? So we're going to be talking about creating the system. And I want to let you know why we're talking about creating the system. Y'all can't see my face, so I don't have to do all the antics I normally would do with my hands and doing all this movement. But if you don't have a system of your own, then you forever be ran by somebody else's system, right? So creating your own system is a very essential thing to do. It gives you guidelines for yourself, guidelines for your own life, guidelines that keep you moving towards whatever your goal happens to be in life, and just keeps everything defined for you, so you never forget what you're actually intending on doing with your life, right? A lot of times we end up forgetting what we intend on doing, and then we get lost. We don't want to get lost in the sauce. Then you end up watching all these videos on YouTube trying to find a way in life where you don't actually have to. But if you have a system in place, right? If you got an actual system, yeah, for sure. I play basketball, soccer. I play all sports actually. I'm good at like everything I do. I'm not gonna lie. But um, if you have a system in place, then when it comes to instances in life where you might run into a pitfall, or um, when things seem like they're not going your way, then you can fall back on your system, right? So I want to share with y'all how I put together my own system, and maybe you can grab some pieces from my system and apply it to yours, right? You feel me? Facts type shit. But inspiration, right? What do you want to do first, right? Is find what is going to inspire your system. Like, what is your system going to be building you towards, right? My system for me is I always want to like get past like a limit, right? I'm always trying to like move forward. That's always my goal is always to keep moving forward in life, right? So with my system is my intention behind my system is to always keep pushing me past something I thought that wasn't possible for me to do before, right? Um, and then I gave my definition for why I chose this type of system for myself. I felt like at that time of my life I was very stagnant, um, and I wasn't really moving towards anything. I was just kind of like going with the motions, going with the flow, not really going with the flow, but just going with the motions for real. Um, you better than Justin Jefferson in football? Bet. I believe it. I believe if you in my chat, I believe it. um, Goal is become omnipotent and take care of my family. I mean, that's a very lofty goal. Omnipotence is ridiculous, but you always want to have like a ridiculous goal. One part of my goal is always some ridiculous stuff that may like seem like not achievable. But if you ever actually achieve it, then you know your system was a part of it, right? But always recommend that if you have when you set goals, I want you to set a ridiculous goal, right? That's possibly ridiculous, possibly not achievable, and you never know, right? But also a goal that you feel like is an achievable goal. So you have one that keeps you moving, right? You always got to work towards it, and you have one that you can achieve at an easier rate that you can get that satisfaction from. So taking care of my family is one that I can do every single day. It's just about being present, um, and just being there for my folks, and doing whatever I can for them, right? And then being omnipotent is there's just a whole bunch of other stuff that entails. You feel me? So that's my ridiculous goal. That's still achievable, but it's just kind of ridiculous, right? Um, idea generation, right? What ideas do I have, and how can I flesh them out, right? So what are my ideas? Oh, let me pull up the what you call it real quick because I can't quite see. There we go. If you have a goal, you have time to achieve it. Facts. You always have time to achieve a goal. You just got to make time for it. Whatever you do, you make time for what's important to you. Um, but next step, right after inspiration, is idea generation, right? So what ideas can I put forward to um, go in hand with my inspiration, right? That's his channel, Limitless Core. I wanted to turn into Limitless Corporation, right? An all-around corporation for the benefit of all beings on this planet to create a system for forward progress, and that is for the betterment of all and not just self-serving, right? That's my at the end of the day goal that helps me hit my goal of taking care of my family, I'm sure with me doing that, there will be some cash flow. I'll also possibly be able to put people in place to take like a run of the business so I can spend more time with my people. Um, and then it also pushes me towards my ridiculous goal as well, becoming omnipotent, right? Um, if as long as I keep working towards my limitlessness, um, then crazy things continue to happen. That's what I'll say. Crazy things continue to happen, and that omnipotence is just closer to my reach. You feel me? And it's not just self-serving. So if I can do it, anybody else can do it, right? I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you sliding, my brother. Alignment. Does this idea align with my current storyline, and how can it? Right. Um, Peace, bro. Does it align with my current storyline, and how can it? Right. I believe to myself that this does align with myself, and who I've always been. I've always been a person that's very caring about his family, his peoples, um, but also I love breaking whatever limits I feel like have been placed on me, right? And it doesn't matter how I define that. That does align with my personality and who I've been my whole life. I love my family, I love my people, and I always love breaking down whatever limits somebody tries to put on me. Right? Um, Define the system. You right. You want to give it a definition. Right? You want to give it a name. Yeah. At that point, it's more like a child for you. Right? So when you define it, you give it a name, then you give it power. Right? So I name my system. My system is Limitless Core. It's the channel I'm on right now. I'm sure my channel's gonna do just fine. Honestly, do probably more than fine. It's just me getting comfortable with it and really expressing myself the way I want to. Um, Restrictions, right? What are the guidelines to the system? So this system is a personal system based off personal morals. So the limit is myself. It is always myself. Um, and I'll get in more detail here on a different notepad because that's none of your business. That's none of your business, honestly. But I mean, so the limit is the self, the restrictions are the self, um, and it's really based off my own moral system, right? Testing, right? How can I test my system? How can I use my system? How can I place it and in a way to where I can see the results from the effort that I put into it. Real world testing, troubleshooting if necessary. I say troubleshooting because I work in IT. I'm so used to troubleshooting stuff that it just rolls off the tongue, to be honest. Um, so I'm used to doing stuff like that. So the real world testing is going out into the world, um, and like living my system every single day, and seeing how the world unfolds for me, and seeing if that's really where the direction I want to go in. That's how you test it. You have to apply the system to test. And more coming on this is just like you keep living the system that you create for yourself. Iteration revision. How can I make the system better? I will keep revising, right? That comes from the testing portion of it. If I live the system right and I'm not messing with how my life is while living that system, then I keep revising the system until I get it to the point to where that's how I want to live my life. Um, and it just flows. You feel me? That's why I didn't want to use flow for the other thing, because flowing is something nice. You feel me? The other word wasn't something I typically discuss as something nice, but I will keep revising. You feel me? Because some not every time you get stuff right the first try. So, but all right, that's the first portion of today's stream. I'm going to turn this into a video, um, and I hope you tune in on the channel. Uh, and I hope you're looking forward to it. But we're gonna slide into the next section of today's stream. And I just want to implore you to, create your own system. And I'm going to hit the outro for this video. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna move this. Boom. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. We all got that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today. And I'm gonna see you next time in the next video on the channel. So peace. Stream, that is not the end of the stream. That's just the end of that video, right? Now let's get into the next portion of today's video, today's stream, right? So I'm gonna read y'all something from uh I call it